It's free. Just go get it.
No.
How about just stop talking about it? We can all sit and stop influencing people.
Mm-hmm. Just don't worry about it. Hello. Welcome to the very 16th episode of Two Chicks in a Pod. If you are a listener, you might think, it's not 16 because there are 2 episodes that are video only. One is called And Then I Got High, and the other one is a clip show of all of our best moments, best of the nest. So I did not upload those 2 audio because the And Then I Got High episode does not make sense if you don't watch it.
Yeah.
And that's our bad. But yeah. So here we are. 16th episode of Two Chicks in a Pod.
Here we are.
Yeah. So UFC last night.
Oh.
I know. It was brutal.
Yeah, I think probably like one of the best fights on that card was probably the Sean O'Malley fight.
That was a deadly fight.
Yeah, man, and like that green, I can't remember his name right now, but damn, did he eat those fists.
Yeah, the green-haired guy. Holy shit. He was not going down. Like, they called the fight TKO while he was still standing, and you don't ever see that. Like, I mean, sometimes, but it was pretty crazy. That was a killer fight. Like, that guy has got a chin of steel.
Yeah, I think Herb just finally called it because it was like, all right, that's enough scrambling of the brains here.
Yeah, no doubt. Bro's gonna have brain damage for shizzle.
Yeah, that was pretty intense. But yeah, props to that kid for having a chin of steel, man, because he, like, it looked like he got knocked out a couple of times.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that kid was seeing black.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You could tell that he was just like, where am I? What's my name?
Just eating shots. Like, had his hands up, but just eating them.
But, like, had his hands up, but they were, like, up and, like, separated.
He
so
wasn't
O'Malley was just, like, just down the pipe. Like, man. Nice. Great technique for O'Malley. And
Wonder Boy's fight wasn't bad. Like, I mean, parts of it were very exciting, but for the most part, it was very just dry humping.
Yeah, and I mean, like, I feel like Gilbert thought he won, like, by far, but, like, it wasn't, like, it was, what, 1 point off?
Yeah, I
think it was.
I thought it was.
It was hard to hear, but I mean, it was pretty. Like, it's one of those things. Like in MMA, like obviously, like there's technique and grappling and stuff too, but like, frick, is it boring? Mm-hmm. Like, you know, Wonder Boy was really trying to put on a performance, and he was trying to like keep it standing up, but Gilbert just wanted to take it to the ground and do some ground and pounding. Yeah. That was pretty crazy when they're just punching each other in the face. Like,
I know that I've never seen something like that before. Like,
it was like, okay, your turn, my turn, your turn, my turn, your turn, my turn.
That was hard to watch.
Yeah,
and I barely remember the chick fight. Like, I think we were eating when that.
I went to the bathroom and I came out and Blondie got knocked out. So.
Oh yeah, I don't even really remember.
Apparently, I think it was pretty good, but I missed it.
Yeah. And then Connor and fucking Dustin. Like, I love Connor, but what the hell, bro? How are you gonna break your own ankle or break your own leg?
Yeah, it's gonna be really interesting, like, to see what happens when they go through all the footage and see if they can pinpoint where he broke his ankle.
Yeah, because that guy Dustin Poirier keeps saying that I'm pretty sure he broke it when I checked that. But like, I think he's just blowing his own smoke.
Well, I don't know, because like when he checked it, like if he checked and he like fractured it, then he wasn't like limping on it or anything. Like, no, it wasn't. He took the one step back. It was he kind of like, I felt like I seen his ankle kind of flicker, and then Poirier punched him, and then he took another step back, and then it just went underneath him and snapped.
That was nasty.
Super nasty.
But the balls to talk shit to his wife while from the ground, like, that was pretty...
But I think, I don't know, like, obviously he would have been really upset, but was that just, like, a tactic to get Dustin fired up so that he'll fight him again?
Probably.
So he can try
it's
to get
all
it.
just a
like,
game.
It's one of those things, like, yeah, technically he lost, and technically Dustin Poirier won, but it's just like it didn't play out the way it needed to play out for them to clear the air and the animosity between them, because obviously McGregor's gonna feel like he got.
Like, that fight still, in my opinion, still could have gone either way. Like, Connor had him in that fucking guillotine for a minute there. Like, they were both feeding each other some pretty heavy shots. Like, Connor was giving him some heavy hammer fists from the ground, and Dustin was giving him some heavy elbows from above. And, like they were killing each other.
It really, like, people were really talking like the fight was going in Poirier's favor at first, but I mean, like, I don't think you could say that, because how many times have we seen, like, where, like, someone kind of loses the first round and they come back in that second round firing because they know that they need to make up for that last round. And I think if that fight would have played out, it probably would have been fight of the night, and it would have been a bloody war. And somebody would have either been knocked out or damn near knocked out.
Yeah, like, I feel like people who really hate Connor were so ready to be like, oh yeah, Connor definitely lost. But, like, no.
How do you, like, to see... It was a freak accident, I think. Like, I don't know. Anytime somebody breaks something in a fight, like, it's hard, you know? Like, it's hard to be like, okay, that was a... I mean, I guess there are some fights where it's, like, clear cut, but, like...
I don't think that should count as a TKO. Like, I really don't.
Or, like, when Silva or Weidman, like, broke their legs, like, yeah, maybe it was, like, just, like, that sweet spot and that unfortunate spot where it just breaks their leg, but... How do you confidently be like the other person and be like, yeah, I won, and be happy about it? Like, you didn't let it play out. Like, you didn't get it out. I don't know. Poor guy.
Yeah, take the win, but say, like, I know I didn't win. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I wouldn't be satisfied with that win.
That was like when is it Derek Weidman?
Chris Weidman.
Chris Weidman. Yeah. When he snapped his leg, like, his opponent was like, oh man, like, he was upset. Like, he was like, oh, like, that sucked, because that was early on too, was it not?
Yeah. Oh, I don't really remember, actually.
I think it might have been.
But I feel like Dustin probably had a sense of relief, like, haha, I won, but, like, no, you didn't.
But also, like, McGregor kind of had to eat his words, like, you're gonna go out on a stretcher,
and he went out on a stretcher. Yeah.
I think maybe that's why he was trying to get up so bad, so that he could, like, at least try and go on crutches, maybe, so he can be like karma. And that is, like, and, you know, I was watching some videos this morning of Dustin talking about it, and, you know, Dustin was right. Like, you don't say you're gonna murder someone.
Yeah, Connor always takes that to the next level.
Yeah.
Like, say you're gonna bruise him and bloody him and blah, 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 but murder someone, like, can we not? That's a little hardcore.
Well, and Poirier even said, he's like, it's a very dangerous sport, and you can die in the ring, so why would you wish that upon anyone?
Yeah, exactly.
And he says he prays, not just that he'll, like, not that he's just praying that he'll win, but he prays that everybody will go home to their family safe. And, you know, that's really nice.
And that's probably why he won.
And I respect Dustin Poirier. And I think he's a great fighter too. And it's one of those things, like, McGregor, man, he was just on such a fucking rise. And then, you know, he lost, and then he boxed. Yeah. It just kind of went downhill from there, and he lost his edge.
Yeah, like, he was winning UFC fights, and then he just got, like, I think it all went to his head, and he wanted to be the best in boxing, and he's just putting on all this whole show and dance, and it's like, we would have all continued to love you. And I mean, I still do. Like, I still like him. He's still a great fighter, but he would have had such a more, like, even more amazing than his career already is if he had just kept, like, fighting like normal and not being greedy. Like, I get it, you know, you're worth, you know, the money and stuff, because look at how many people show up for him. But you know, I don't know, I just feel like,
well, he's an exciting fighter to watch. Like, he's never boring to watch. I feel, but
the only time he was ever boring was, I think it was one of his matches against but it wasn't because of him. Who's the guy? Khabib. Khabib held him down.
Khabib is a
bunch.
grappler.
Yeah, and that's just boring. And so I feel like that's what people maybe don't like about him, is that he, like, the other fighters are like, I got to get him on the ground because that's the only way I can beat him. But that's, like, we don't want to see that.
No.
Him and Nate Diaz too. They stayed like pent up against the cage and shit, all crawling around. Like,
yeah.
I don't know.
I was really hoping that fight would have played out, because that really would have been like the turning point, like, whether, McGregor still has it, or, okay,
And our time was done for a minute there. Yeah. And then, so Friday night, so that was last night. We watched some UFC. And then Friday we went golfing at Rolling Greens in Lloydminster.
Yeah.
And we
completely missed a hole.
Yeah,
because
missed a hole. Like that, I just gotta say, like, and we could be whatever, but that is a very confusing golf course. Like, every golf course I've ever been to, there's a straight road that gets you to like every hole, and it's very obvious where you go.
Yeah, it's very obvious path and you know, cart paths and stuff, and it's just like a smooth loop through the golf course. Yeah. Whereas this one, it was like, okay, where's the other tee off, and where's this hole,
where's the flag, where's the tee?
Yeah, because you'll be driving, and the next thing you know, you're in a campsite area, and you're like, oh, am I in the right spot? Like, if you've never been there before, it is very confusing. I went to work the next day and was like, yeah, like, I don't know, man, like that back nine, it was really, and they said, oh no, the front nine's even worse. And I went, huh? How?
Yeah, like I've never,
because that was like all over the place.
I've never been so confused at a golf course, but
yeah. So I mean, other than that, it was fun. There were some extremely long fairways that I think are like 600 yards or something like that. Like, yeah, okay, cool. But it's chill out there though, so that's nice. Like, there was no marshals telling you to hurry up. So like, if it's just somewhere you want to go and enjoy your time and relax and just take your time with it, definitely the place to go. But yeah, if you're probably a real serious golfer, probably.
So we finished the first hole, like the 9th hole, or 10th hole, and then we went the completely wrong direction to try to find the 11th hole. So these guys that were playing the hole that we had just played, once we turned around and went back to the hole, they were like running to the next tee so they could be like, let's get ahead of these fucking women who don't even know where they're going. And I was like, good for you, take the initiative and go for it, bros. Like, I don't know. So
yeah, and I have like no problem with that at all. Like,
me neither. In fact, I like when people letting people go ahead of us, because then you're not feeling rushed. Like, oh my gosh, because then those other guys caught up to us and they were like, oh shit, there's people behind us again. And we're just slow ladies, so it takes us so many fucking hits, you know, because those fairways are so long. Like, we can't drive 300 yards. Like, so we went to the driving range this morning, before we even did this podcast, just to fucking
practice,
get our swings going. And I don't think I hit one past 150, like not even close. So these freaking fairways, like, yeah, it's going to take us some time to get down it. Like,
one whack fuck at a time.
Yeah. I mean, we got some pretty solid hits, but even when they're like zing down the fairway, like, they still just don't go that far. So even when I was really trying to smash them, I just could not get past 150. So yeah, got to work on my drive.
Yep.
Yeah. And then I started hitting with the I think it was a 5-iron. And I was hitting like 150 still. And I was like, oh, wow. So that's my max. Like, I can only hit to 150 no matter what club I use. We're such dudes. We're talking about UFC and golf. Like, no, we're not dudes. We're women who enjoy these things.
Yeah. And there's nothing wrong with that.
No.
I don't think anything should really have a definite, this is a man's thing or this is a woman's thing.
I know. I just think it's funny that we've had
these are like the things that we enjoy in life now. Like, it's not about just
partying, yeah. Partying, yeah.
We'd rather do like productive things and active things.
Yeah.
And
work on our swing. Early in the morning. Like, I can't believe we were out of the house before noon today. Like,
adulting.
Killing it. Hello. We're grown up now. So, yeah. And then what else are we going to do today? We're going on a trip.
Yeah, we're going to go on a little trippy trip.
Going on a trip to space and back. Gonna not have a heart attack. Gonna find our ego and crush it and
get in tune with nature. Yeah. Get in tune with ourselves and break through some barriers
and find some trauma and dig it up with the shovel and
release it.
Burn it.
I release you.
I release you. The power of Christ compels you. I cast you out. Oh my God. You know, I really feel so. I 100%. I'm having a hard time with religion conflicting with my core beliefs. So, like manifestation, for example. If you try to manifest something, that means that you don't believe that it will come to you from the Lord. And so, how can I reconcile that? How can I?
So if you manifest something, it means that it's not coming from the Lord.
Well, because you're believing in yourself more than God. You know what I mean?
I don't know how I feel about that.
Me neither yet. I mean, I understand it. I saw just a little clip of it that manifestation means that you're putting more faith in yourself than in God. And I was like, well, then how are you ever supposed to take care of yourself?
But then that also, like, if you really want to get into it, then you get into, like, the law of attraction. So what you put out into the world is what you'll receive back. So, and if you manifest good things, I mean...
Yeah, I guess.
I don't know.
I guess it's not necessarily manifestation as, like,
but when you
do good, get good, do good. Not do good, get good, but do good.
Yeah, just
period.
Yeah, and like that's kind of like where I think of religion is, you know, you should just be a good person and try and treat others as you would like to be treated. And yeah, I don't know, that whole like God thing, you know, everybody preaches God created everyone equal, and you know, no, he did not. No, he didn't. Like, no, we do not all have equal opportunities. He did not create us all equal.
Yeah, but that's not him. That's society. Like, when people are born, they're born into what they're born into, not, you know what I mean? Like, if you were born just in the world before, like, society, then yeah, equal opportunities. But because there's society, you're born into something, right?
Yeah, but even like, I don't know, like, well, I guess we like fucked with ourselves with what we put in our bodies and what we do nowadays. But like, what about people that are born with disabilities?
Yeah,
they're not born equal. They, like, even if there was no society,
but their hearts and souls are born equal. I feel like that's something you'd have to like really look into before you, like, I don't know, form an opinion about it. Like, you know, because I'm really just finding that I've been wrong about a lot of things as far as like how to treat people and blah blah blah, because compassion is really the only thing that like moves us forward. And so even though people are born whatever, you have to just like believe in them and love them, and that's their path. I don't know.
It's a tough one because I don't know, like, it's sad, and it's like it's hard when, you know, children are born with severe disabilities and stuff, because it totally changes those parents' lives too. And it's not just their life. And I don't know, I have a hard time with the whole God thing sometimes, because just you want to believe so bad, but like, why does so many terrible things happen to innocent people? Like innocent. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, we're all born sinners, so it's up to us to find the light and blah blah, and turn our lives around and use love as the power, you know? And that's such a hard thing to do, especially when you don't like someone.
It'd be really interesting to like read the Bible and then read like different religions' Bibles.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. I think everybody should do that. I think everybody should read the Bible. Everybody should read the Quran just to have an understanding, because really I don't think anybody should shit talk anything until they fully have like delved into it and understood it. Like, I talked shit about the Bible my whole life and I thought I knew everything about it, you know, because I went to Catholic school for so long. But, you know, as a grown-up, the meaning changes, your understanding of life changes, and, you know, yeah, it's a crazy thing. But this was a crazy episode of randomness, and have a fucking great Monday, y'all. We love you. We're two chicks in a pod. Oh, over. Oh, why am I doing that? I don't need to do that. What's I do?